I wouldn't call it exercise at all, but I can tell you this. When I was growing up, and my father had a very small business that was smaller than this room, a little store, and he hired an African American named Joe to help him. And Joe used to pick me up and put me on his shoulders and walk around and play. And I saw him maybe 3 or 4 times a week. And when people would say, my uncle could beat up your uncle, my dad could beat up your dad, and I would say, well, my Joe could beat up your dad and your uncle. I just thought that he was like my family. So the affinity I had for black people had started when I was maybe 4 or 5 years old. Getting Richard for the part, it wasn't that affinity, it was that scene could be offensive if you didn't have someone, I can't say like Richard Pryor, if you didn't have Richard Pryor playing that scene in the men's room with the shoe polish. And that's what they all agreed to right away. But then after that, Stir Crazy and See No Evil, Hear No Evil, I think that was because people saw how well we acted together, but also I felt the more I do that, the more I like it. I want to be loved by the African American audience, wherever they are. I did feel that. Silver Streak was a big hit, but Stir Crazy was a bigger hit. The fourth one was not good because Richard had multiple sclerosis then, and it was very difficult. We didn't know that beforehand, but he couldn't do more than about 2.5 steps without starting to fall.